A man's effort does not drop because he's confused. It drops because he finally figured you out. That little shift in energy that you're feeling, yeah, it's not random. Men don't magically lose interest after all that energy that they were given in the beginning, and they don't suddenly get busy. If you're new to me and my content, hey girl. If you're returning, then you already know we talk about psychology, behavior, emotional discipline, and how to be more strategic in dating and in relationships. Okay, so what happens here is he learns how much access he can get from you with the least amount of investment. And once a man figures out the minimum that he has to do to keep you around, he instantly adjusts to that level. Some men use those first few weeks to study how you move, paying attention to your tone, your pace, your patience, your boundaries, and how quickly you soften. And once he understands your formula, he changes his behavior to match the version of him that benefits him the most and not the version of him that you met in the beginning. That's why when you're dating and this shift happens, it feels so sharp because you're focused on building connection and you think that you guys are really hitting it off, and he is studying you for an opening. You think the vibe is growing and he's figuring out how much he can get away with. I always tell y'all that men are extremely observant and calculated. They learn through your behavior and your patterns. Once he realizes that you are impressed enough to stay, but you're not strict enough to require more of him, that's when his effort drops. It's not because he doesn't like you. That cocky son of a bitch just thinks he already won. Some men only know how to date in the performance stage. They know how to initiate, they know how to impress, and they know how to play the beginning well because the beginning allows them to hide behind potential. But once you move out of performance and into real dating, they don't know how to function. Okay, now stay with me because dating requires consistency. Consistency requires effort, and effort requires having direction. This is where a lot of women get stuck in their head because you think you did something wrong, but that shift isn't even about you. His shift is about the fact that the advantage that he had in the beginning has disappeared. Once you stopped reacting and being impressed and you started observing and expecting things, that is where the dynamic flipped. He wasn't prepared for that. See, he didn't pull back because of you. He pulled back because he realized you're not the woman that he thought you were in his head. See, he thought you were easy to maneuver. He thought you were easy to shape. He thought you were easy to influence. And there are only two types of men in this moment. The man who is studying you for convenience is going to get irritated. The man who is pursuing you for real is still going to do that pullback because that's part of how he processes emotions. But when he comes back, he's going to step up and he's going to be consistent. A man who is pursuing you for real is still going to do that little pullback because that is how he processes emotions. But when he returns, he's going to step up and be consistent. During this time, most of the heartbreak that women feel comes from confusing his early performance as something that he could actually sustain over time. But performance is temporary. His ability to adapt, adjust, and hold steady to the standard that you have is what's really telling. Pay attention to how he acts once you move past being impressed